Welcome. In this video we're going to look at repairing the NES flashing light problem. So I have this game in here, it starts to load and then it just flashes. So the idea here, the thought here is that the contacts are probably no good, they're probably dirty. You can try and clean them, but instead I'm going to use this kit I got on Amazon to replace the contacts. And I'll put a link in the description of this, and if you use that link it helps me out a bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So let's get started. So first let's open up the kit here and see what we've got. It's like a Ziploc bag, so you could like put a sandwich in here when you're done. So here's the connector. It was very tight in that box. Okay. So the game will go in like this when we get it all installed. It also comes with this screwdriver, and the idea is here is that you can take apart some of these cartridges and you can get to the contacts and clean them, or you can replace the battery in the cartridge, like for Zelda had a battery. And then it has this case. I don't know what that's for, sunglasses or something. I don't know. So to open this up, we've got 6 screws around the perimeter. Okay, once you do that, this should lift off, and now I don't want to lose any of these screws here, so I'll try and get them out. Okay, so I have the screws out, and I'm putting them in this magnetic tray here. I got it at Harbor Freight, so I don't lose them. Next, we need to take this metal off here, and there's screws around the perimeter. They're pretty easy to identify, so I'll take those out. Okay, now the shielding will lift off of here. Next, we're going to remove the screws around this plastic piece here. And these screws look, this is the screw for the case. This is the screw for the shielding. And then this is the screw I just took out, but there'll be some longer screws here. I kind of keep them separate, although I imagine they're interchangeable. And now I'm going to remove these 2 silver screws. And you'll see these are a little bit longer. Next, I'll remove these 2 screws. Now this should all lift out of here pretty easily. Okay. You can peel this away. And needless to say, I've unplugged this. I didn't mention that, but hopefully that's obvious. I can pull these parts away, so I can take the plastic part off here. And now I can get to this connector, and I can push it off. I'm kind of leveraging against the board and pushing it with my thumb. Okay, there we go. So we want the new connector in the same orientation here. And we'll put that on. You'll see these holes line up here and here when it's on correctly. Okay, I'll get that shielding back on. It kind of slipped off there. Get this set down into place. Okay, next, I don't recommend this unless you're comfortable with doing this, because you have live power in here. It's not a lot of voltage, but I'm going to plug this in to the display. And I'm going to stick a cartridge in here. I probably should have stuck the cartridge in before I plugged it in. And then I'll turn it on. And I'm getting a picture on my screen, so I know it's working. So I'll unplug that. And now I'll do the reverse and I'll put all the screws back in. Okay, before I get any screws put back in, I want to connect this piece back up. So I'll lift this up and slide this down here. Okay, you'll know that you have this on here right when the holes are lined up. There we go. Okay, and now I'll start replacing screws. Now I'll replace the shielding. So now all the internal components are on. I have 6 screws left for the case. And you know, if you didn't feel comfortable checking it for this, would actually probably be a better time to check it anyway. So I'll replace the top and I'll put these screws in. Okay, we have all the screws in, and I'll test this out here on camera, but before that I'm going to take apart this cartridge and we'll just look at this tool real quick and how this works. So here's a close-up of that screwdriver here, and it appears to be magnetic, so that's helpful. And here's a close-up of one of those screws. So these kind of have little clips here, so if you pull it up by the other end, it should come apart pretty easy. And here we have the game. Right there. So in order to clean these, I'll just look on the back side of the cartridge here, and it says do not clean with benzene, thinner, alcohol. So I'll ignore that and use alcohol. I've got like a 90% alcohol here, and I'm just going to dab a little on this microfiber cloth. Then I can clean these contacts with it. And that's what came off a little bit there, not too much. Now I can put the case back together. Okay, I've got everything plugged back in now. I'll insert the cartridge. It fits in there pretty tight. Let's see if I can pull that out. Okay, I got a different angle here on the camera. So there's the cartridge going in. This is the cartridge coming out. You have to pull pretty hard, but it has better contact likely. So I'll close that and then I'll turn it on. And we have no flashing. We look up at the monitor here. It looks like it's loading now. So that is the procedure to replace the contacts in the NES. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.